Alright, should we do one of them stupid unboxing videos? My auger finally showed up. I say finally, when I ordered it, I never did ask for a lead time. Apparently it was about 4 weeks. You'd think that would have been a fairly standard auger, but apparently they had to make it, so that's what took so long. God forbid we have any parts laying on the shelf anymore. But I digress. Come on, open up. There we go. Okay, it's all out of the box. Everything's there. And it's a good thing there wasn't anything super duper important in there, because this thing showed up while I was out in Iowa and it got rained on and snowed on for 2.5 days, and it was a soggy mess. So, like I say, good thing it wasn't nothing, well, I'm not going to say nothing important, but something that's not going to be bothered by rain. But what we got to do here, I guess it doesn't, well, it might matter. Well, I guess it's almost got to be this way. Yeah, exactly. So, they ship them in, what is this, 6-foot sections for obvious reasons. So we got to put it together with the slip coupler. And then I guess I don't know why. Why did they send me that? I don't need it. Because this just slips over my motor. So I guess I don't know why. Anyhow. So we got to bolt this together. Well, they made a little bit of a goof, but in the end, it's not that big of a deal. So when you order these, you got to specify right-hand thread, left-hand thread. And that auger, the original steel auger, is a counterclockwise screw, so left-hand thread. They sent me a clockwise screw or right-hand thread. But luckily, the way the motor works on the auger, it's reversing their direction of the motor is just as simple as switching the hoses in the tractor, because it doesn't deadhead anything. You just have a valve that crosses the two lines, and when the valve opens, it dumps back to tank, and when you close the valve, it sends oil to the motor. So you can reverse rotation, just that simple. I run it backwards all the time to clean it out anyhow. So, and honestly, having the right hand auger in it ain't that bad, because right hand is actually probably a more common auger anyhow. So it'll work. The length and everything's correct. The stub, the nubbin on the end at the discharge end is correct. So it'll work out. But anyway, with that being said, now that I know my length is correct and everything, I'm going to go ahead and cut that old auger up, and that's probably going to be it for today, because I'm about spent. So anyhow, okay, let's see if we can get this thing put back together today. I probably could have done it yesterday, but man, I was struggling. I don't know what the heck it is. Ever since we got back from Iowa, I have not been able to, I wouldn't say I haven't been able to get caught up on my sleep, but I haven't been able to not be tired. So I don't know what's up with all that, but it ain't been fun. Get home from work and it's just like, eh. But this shouldn't take that long, so. All right, Teeter, you ready to go for a ride again? Okay, hopefully it fits in the hole. They offer these in 5 and 6 inch, and it's a 6-inch tube, so you need a 5-inch auger. Watch, they not only sent me the wrong hand, but they sent me a 6-inch auger. I didn't measure it, but I think it's gonna be fine. But I also realized yesterday when we got out of the box, I never really showed a good profile of what the flighting looks like as compared to a regular auger where it's just flat. See, this is obviously got a cup to it, hence the phrase cup auger. And like I explained when we were taking this all apart a few videos ago, the whole point of this style of flighting is to be able to handle seed without damaging it, because for starters, the edge of the flighting has got that round, or very, very round edge to it, so that it can't slice anything, and then the cup actually helps to pull things in towards the auger instead of slinging it out. So that's the whole point of this. The whole point of this auger design is basically seed handling, gentle seed handling, although the best way to handle seed is actually a conveyor, which is why most modern like seed tenders and stuff that you set your boxes right on and just tend right out of the box, or even most hopper style seed tenders for that matter, use conveyors instead of augers. But anyhow, see if this thing, it's also a heck of a lot lighter than the old auger too, which is nice. I mean, a lot lighter. And as you can see too, this thing is, they're like, I don't know what you say that is, 5-inch, 6-inch. Yeah, they're definitely, yeah, probably about 5-inch segments. See, if you damage a section of flighting, you don't have to replace the whole auger. You can just replace a flighting section or multiple sections, whichever needs to happen. And I forgot my ladder. Wait, is there? No wonder I couldn't see any light in the end of that thing. That didn't take them little bastards long. Hold on. I wondered why I didn't hear that auger funking on the end of the motor shaft. There's a damn bird's nest in here. They're gonna be angry. I hate birds. Hate them. They're... I'm not gonna go as far as to say they're useless, but I don't have much use for them. At least as far as just your regular run-of-the-mill wildlife type birds. Anything that we grow to eat, that's a different story. Okay, now comes the part where I'm gonna have to set you down so I can get that bolt hole lined up. All right, it's in there after a struggle. Either the shaft in this motor was not exactly 1 inch at one time, or something, because I ordered it for a 1 inch stub shaft, which that's basically the most common, and slid it on there, went on about a 1/2 inch, stuck. Okay, got some emery cloth, tried my best to clean the end of the shaft up on the motor, went on 1/2 inch, stuck. So naturally I sprung for the stainless steel tube in for the center tube for the auger. So you can't just go at it with with any old drill bit or anything, and even if you could, you can't get it in the laser nothing because the sections are too long. So basically I had to put a grinding stone in a die grinder and just start cleaning the center of the hole, or the center of the bushing out in there, and like I had it in the garage 6 or 7 times and finally got it to go on there. And then once I got it to fit, couldn't figure out why the bolt wouldn't go through. Turns out they drilled it clearance for a 5/16 bolt instead of a 3/8 bolt, so had to punch the hole out bigger to get a 3/8 bolt through it. But we're in there now, and I tell you what, there are times when it is beneficial to be built like I am, because if I take my coat off and roll my sleeves up, I can get both arms through that hole to reach both, or to run both wrenches. It's tight, but I can do it. So anyhow, now we can shut this guy back down. Come on. Be good for me. Thanks. This is the hard part. There we go. I'll put my anti-seize back. I want to anti-seize them nuts. And there we go. I suppose, it should be fine. About the same amount of stick out that the one had before, but definitely ought to move a lot more material than the old one did, because I bet the flighting on that's got at least a 1/4 inch, if not more, of diameter on it, just from what wore off and rusted off the old auger. So, but between the poly flighting and the stainless tube, for what little I do with it, that ought to last me a good long time. The next thing's gonna have to happen, and it ain't gonna happen this year because we already spent enough money on this thing with that auger. Because I tell you what, it wasn't bad till I sprung for the stainless center tube, and then oh boy, she got expensive real quick. But have to change the hydraulic motor on it at some point, because it leaks like a sieve. And tried rebuilding it once, and basically the shaft in it is so rusted out from all the years of handling fertilizer, it basically won't hold the seal anymore. And you could buy parts to rebuild them, you can buy new shafts and stuff for them, but the shafts cost like 2/3 of what a new motor costs. So if you're going to do that, you might as well put a new motor in it and have all new guts. So, but anyhow, I guess I can probably get that pulled home tonight so it's out of the way for now, or I might just leave it over here. I don't know. I guess I ought to check my tarp for holes while I'm here. Well, actually, we can just look through. Kinda. I can't really get in there. Because when I get... How can I do this? There's too much crap in the way. But if you can crawl in and look for daylight. Yeah, I got 2 little pinholes there. Probably ought to get fixed. Turn over. Everything else looks good. I can see those from the outside. Oh yeah, there's not a ladder on this side, so I'll bet you. What was I saying? Oh, when I get my seed, which should be showing up here the next week or so. It sounded like when I talked to O'Brien, and cannot see them from the outside that I can see. When he gets a decent shot of weather so we can run seed up here, he's going to bring my seed up. And it would be nice to just be able to dump a box of beans right in the wagon and send him back on his merry way. All that, of course, that being said, I believe, have enough room in my barn once this thing's loaded to just back it in the barn so it's at least under a roof. But I do have when they sent me the tarp for this, they sent patch material with it, and I do believe you just need patch material and some rubber cement, and you lay your patch over it. But I'm gonna grab a ladder real quick. I can look up there and see if we can actually see the holes right there, and then there must be a matching one about this same spot over on the other side. I don't know if something got rolled up in the tarp or what. That's a bummer, but easy enough to fix. That's just a small hole. So I guess that's gonna have to be taken care of, but that's easy enough to do. That's a 5-minute job. Clean the rubber up, and actually we've got hang on, we've got vulcanizing cement too, which would probably work even better than rubber cement. So it'll just be a matter of, honestly, it'd probably be better to do it on a hot day when the tarp, or at least on a good sunny day when the tarp is warm, would probably be the best way to do it. But so I'll probably just leave it over here for now. I gotta go. I believe I have that patch piece over at my house, because I believe I used some of it to make a radiator curtain for my cub. I think the rest of the roll is still over at my house. We'll have to look for it. Hopefully there's still some left. But anyhow, I guess that's about all I'm going to do on it for today, since I'd have to run home and find stuff anyhow. So that's it for this one. We'll catch you guys on the next one.